Alright, so, no one wants to wake up in the morning and be stressed out over school or what they have to do or planning events. If you could, I think anyone would take the time to plan out their day. I'm not saying everyone wants to, but it would help, keep you on track and get things done. Quote I agree with is, the best preparation for tomorrow is to do today's work superbly well. I agree with the quote, and I would like to prove why it makes sense by using a past, present, and future kind of situation. Back in the past, when I was younger, a personal example was I played baseball, and we had a big game coming up, and my dad had told me, don't go out. I didn't want to listen. But then I took into personal consideration what the game meant to me and everyone else, and instead of going out and staying up all night and getting a bunch of candy and soda, I stayed home, went to bed, and we ended up winning the next day. So, just preparing for the future in an athletic kind of way. Current situation would be with school and homework. No one wants to wake up in the morning, have to rush to school, get to the library or the math lab or something. You can always take the extra time, go after school or make your own hours. And showing up to school with your homework done, there's not really a better feeling than being prepared for a test. A future kind of situation, I would kind of look to our generation to prove. You can talk about the current government situation and the national debt, and us, the generation, to take over, could make a bigger impact on that and chip away at that, leaving our kids with the same quote that maybe one day they can read this. So overall, the quote, the best preparation for tomorrow is to do today's work perfectly well. Again, just makes sense and hopefully will make sense for the next generation.
Oh. Self-eval? Yeah. All right, and Michelle needed one also, right? I do with them. There she is. That's yours, yes. You'll need it later, that'll be the essay question on the exam. What was your quote? All right, on the introduction, Kyle, everything I thought went swimmingly. You've got a good attention device. You transitioned to the topic pretty clearly. You've got a goal. You set up a preview. It's a pretty basic kind of thing, but at least you have a preview. On the content issues, I thought your first point you had a good illustration on and needed maybe to get a little bit more out of it. The second and the third points, you ran into the idea. You had a good idea on each of them, but they are underdeveloped. But it's clearly signposted as you're going along what you're talking about. On the presentation, your voice projects pretty well. There's okay variety. Nothing spectacular, but it's satisfactory. Your gestures, sometimes your hands seem like they're down a little bit, like you're uncertain about what to do. There are a few indicators, but they always look a little uncomfortable, and I think if you were engaged a little more at the beginning of the speech, they'd be more natural. The facial expressions, I think you're sincere, but again, not always engaged. Good eye contact with the audience, though. Some of the body movements look a little redundant. Step forward, step back, step forward, step back. I didn't see any obvious anxiety issues. It sounds like you're trying to come up with a good closing statement. All right, thank you.